According to new reports out this past weekend, Donald Trump essentially forced the Department of Justice to divert resources away from tracking real threats like the threat from right-wing extremists here at home, and instead diverting them towards made-up threats like Antifa. Over the summer, obviously there were lots of protests. We all know this. We covered them. And it was believed that it was Antifa that was out there and they were destroying cities. As Republicans tell it to this day, burned U.S. cities to the ground is actually a common talking point that they all say. Burned U.S. cities to the ground. Now, don't ask them which city, because none of them can give you an answer, because it turns out that never happened. There was lots of vandalism. Sure, vandalism, yeah. Couple of murders, too, but it wasn't Antifa. That was the right-wing extremists that the Department of Justice and the FBI should have been monitoring. But unfortunately, they had their hands tied because the crazy president kept telling them Antifa is the real threat. That's the narrative we have to push. So that's what I want you all to investigate. And because of that, again, resources, including personnel, were diverted from working on tracking right-wing extremists here in the United States, and instead, they were sent to Portland. They were sent to Portland, where they were supposed to round up Antifa, maybe infiltrate Antifa headquarters, the Antifa Soup Company, because as Trump told us, they would buy soup and just say, oh no, it's soup for my family, and then, they throw the soup at you. Literally never happened. But the President of the United States, crazy as he was, went on TV and told us this. We have known for many, many years the top two threats to our way of life here in the United States. And do you know what they are from the intelligence agencies themselves? Climate change, violent, right-wing, homegrown extremists here in the United States. Two biggest threats to your life living in America. Climate change and right-wingers. And this isn't something new that these intelligence agencies have been telling us either. This is something that they've been telling us for over a decade. That's your two biggest threats to your way of life here in the United States. So they knew that Antifa was not a threat, that Antifa wasn't any kind of organized group. You know, a bunch of random people out there saying, I am this thing. There's not really anything to track. You know, there's not a leader to go take down like there are with, say, every other Republican group, because they are organized. And as we found out also over the weekend, one of them was working with the FBI already. Antifa was never a threat to your way of life. Those other things truly are. And those are the things that maybe these intelligence agencies need to be focusing on now that Trump's out of office. But let's never forget, his paranoia and his desperation to paint the left as if they were as violent as the right is what caused this. And that's why Republicans love to talk about Antifa, because they want people to think that those people out there spray painting the side of a building are just as dangerous, if not more so, than those crazy right-wingers with AR-15s who would gladly shoot you in the face if you disagree with them politically. Republicans want us to think these two things are the same. Rationally thinking human beings understand that one of those isn't a threat to your life, but the other one, the one on the right, certainly is. And the FBI knew this, the DOJ knew it, but they chose to go after the non-threat because that's what Trump wanted them to do. One of today's video sponsors is Privacy, and right now, they have a wonderful offer for all of our Ring of Fire viewers. Go to privacy.com/ROF. Sign up for your Privacy account and you will receive $5. Privacy.com, their service is absolutely one of the most vital in an online world today, especially during the pandemic. Everyone is encouraged to stay home, so we're ordering more things online. And so your bank account information is more vulnerable than ever. Privacy gives you security. This is a product that I use all of the time. And here's why. If you have ever had your bank account information stolen, if it's been part of a data leak, that is a massive headache trying to get your money back, trying to repair your credit. Privacy helps take away some of that concern. What Privacy does is it provides a browser extension, or you can go right into the website or into the app, and it can create a virtual bank account or credit card number. It can be a temporary number that only is used one time, or it can be merchant specific, meaning you can create a bank account card that only works for one particular website. So if that account happens to get hacked or has a massive data breach, that card number no longer works with any other website. That is how Privacy helps protect your bank account information in an increasingly insecure online world. So again, go to privacy.com/ROF. You get $5 free just for signing up. Or if you don't want to type it in, just click the link at the top of the video description below.